Backstage at Summerfolk 2017, and with me, one of the winners of the Youth Discovery Series from Port Elgin, Ontario. Nice and close.
That's right. Yeah.
Clarissa Fortin. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So how has is this your first Summerfolk, obviously?
It's my first time playing at Summerfolk, but I've been coming here for years.
So tell me how good it's been being a performer at Summerfolk and just not a spectator.
Oh, it's been amazing. I first came here when I was a teenager, like just in high school, and I remember thinking I want to be on that stage someday, and now I am. So
dream come true then.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Yeah.
So you wrote your very first song at the age of 5, but it really didn't get that much attention.
Yeah. I used to rewrite the lyrics of songs, so I have a video of myself singing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" as Mousy Mousy, and I did that all the time. I was always switching around lyrics and stuff, but I didn't really seriously write a song until much later in my life.
And it said very sadly, when I read it, I was very sad. He said no one liked it, and you were only 5 years old.
Yeah.
The critics, horrible people.
That's right.
But it didn't dash your creative juices or something to keep you going. So you went off to university in Ottawa. Homesickness set in, and so your way to deal with that was to start writing music and writing songs and immersing yourself into that. So obviously that homesickness and using that as a cure for your homesickness really turned out to be a very good thing for you.
Absolutely, and a lot of the songs I write about are about home. I write about the sort of natural features of Bruce County, the snapping turtles, the spiders, the things that creep us out, the things that are beautiful, all of that kind of stuff.
Fantastic. So what is in the future for Clarissa Fortin?
Well, I've recorded an EP. It's called Nothing and Everything, and I'm hoping to just get that out there into the world. I live in Ottawa right now, so play more shows in Ottawa, maybe do a launch for the EP there.
All right. Yeah. Were you planning a launch here? Maybe you can have two.
Well, I mean, I live in Ottawa, so it's easier, but you can get my CDs here as well. They're at the merchandise tent, yeah. Okay,
and websites. Where can people find out more about Clarissa Fortin, or where can they get a hold of you?
Well, I have a Facebook page, Clarissa Fortin. It's at Whippoorwill's Call on Facebook. So you can, and I also have a YouTube channel. If you just search Clarissa Fortin on YouTube, I put out videos there pretty regularly. Videos that I film in people's backyards. And I have a SoundCloud and a Bandcamp as well, all under my name, so Clarissa Fortin.
All right, make sure you check out every one of those sites. I took a look at some of them when I found out that I was interviewing you, and very impressive. I'm sorry I missed your set today. I wasn't able to be here, but according to our producer Darlene, it was a really entertaining set. So you played on which stage?
The Homemade Jam.
Clarissa Fortin, thank you very much for doing this, and all the best to you in your education in Ottawa.
I'm all done.
You're all done?
Yeah,
but you stayed in Ottawa.
I did, yeah.
And the magic still happens with your music, so we'll be looking forward to some great things from you. Sorry.
Okay. Thank you very much.
When they met on the dance floor, what did she say? Over 60 years later, he tells me the story, and still it carries him away. I don't think there's a governor or a divine agent.
Backstage at Summerfolk 2017 once more, and we have two young ladies who are also winners of the Youth Discovery Series for Summerfolk this year, and very young people here, 14 and 15 years of age, from the city of Toronto. You call yourselves Moscow Apartment. Introduce yourself.
I'm Bridget.
Bridget?
Yeah. I'm Pascal.
And Pascal. Now, Bridget, you were telling me prior to taping this interview that you actually auditioned separately, but then you decided to come together as a duo?
Yeah, so we had been doing a writing workshop together, and we had been playing together, but we weren't like officially a group quite yet. When we submitted our packages for the audition, so we auditioned separately and asked if we could do a couple songs together, and they let us. And I guess they're impressed, and they let us go to the finals together. So
That's amazing. You know, isn't that's almost kind of like fate a little bit,
It
isn't
is,
it? You
yeah.
know, that's how, you know, maybe it was just meant to be that you two were to be together as a duo. So I kind of believe in that stuff. So.
And I just wanted to add that Summerfolk has really, really launched our careers, I guess, because we started working with Samantha Martin, who was she was a judge for the final round, and she really helped us.
yeah, we've gotten lots of opportunities from her and Summerfolk. So it's
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a great way to network, isn't
Yeah,
it? With
totally.
and there's so many talented people here, and I know the music community, they're so giving and so willing to help out and to encourage you and try to set you in the right direction, right?
totally, yeah.
Yeah, and if
great.
they you know, they see something special in you, they're going to take you along with them. So, yeah. So, your overall first festival experience, does it make you want to go back for more?
Yes, yes.
Definitely.
This is our first Summerfolk, but we've done a few other festivals this year, and we really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, Summerfolk is amazing. Yeah.
So we were just talking on the way here, there are like lots of really good acts.
Okay, so like I said, you're from Toronto. Ever been to Owen Sound before? Is this your first visit?
We came here for the audition.
Yeah, other
Okay.
than the audition, I think this is my first time here.
That was in the wintertime,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
You know, it's much prettier in the summertime,
Yeah,
as
it's
you can see.
gorgeous.
So, yeah. And so, what's next? What's next for you? Is after Summerfolk, what happens next?
Well,
On the 29th, we release our EP, self-titled. It's called Moscow Apartment, and yeah. And then and if you're in the Toronto area, you should come out and see our EP release show, which is at the Burdock on the 30th.
On the 30th. Okay,
Yeah.
so media site pages?
MoscowApartment.ca.
Okay.
Instagram is Moscow APT Band, and I think Twitter is Moscow APT.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for
Thank you
doing
so
this,
much.
and best of luck to
Thank
you
you.
in the future. And I hope all your dreams come true.
Thanks.
All right, and that was Moscow Apartment. Check them out on Facebook, and you said Twitter, and on Twitter. Backstage at Summerfolk 2017, and very pleased to have with me Paige Bella. Paige, you come from the big town of Teeswater, Ontario.
Yeah, the booming metropolis. Yeah.
Like, it's got about 50 people?
It's got 1,000 people.
1,000 people
Yeah.
now?
Yeah,
So
on
it's,
a good day.
do they have a grocery store? Or?
We just lost our grocery store.
No.
I know. We have a hardware store. My sister and I run a business in Teeswater. Gailey Creamery. There's lots going on, yeah.
All right, so earlier on, I had the pleasure of catching your set, and I was very, very impressed. Your
Yes,
voice
thank
is
you.
just absolutely lovely, and
Thank you.
your songs that you wrote and the humor that you threw into it. Your sister Devon,
Yes.
you announced that it was her birthday. You had everybody sing happy birthday,
Yeah.
and then announced that her birthday's not till March.
Yeah, she was not pleased about that. She was just talking about it too. She's like, I can't believe you made me do that.
That was hilarious. And then, of course, you tried to say it was your cousin's birthday.
Yes.
So you're all about the birthday.
Yeah. Oh, I love a good birthday. Yeah. If I can it feels very nice if people sing you happy birthday. So I just snuck in an extra one for her this year.
I think it's copyrighted, isn't it?
Oh, that's true.
Yep. Shh.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell anybody. Don't say anything. Okay, so I guess when I was sitting there listening to it, I was thinking, thinking the Paige Bella sets are kind of fact and kind of fiction, right?
Sure.
All your songs basically, of course, are based on life experiences, and that beautiful song that you wrote about your sister. And that was such a nice song, and I'm sure she was somewhere with a tear in her eye.
Yeah.
A beautiful song. But then you told a lie and said that you were lost in Georgetown.
Yes, yeah, that's my first ever. Usually songs are, I just write them as a kind of a diary, and that's the first one that I had made up. So I feel like a bit of a fraud singing it, but it is a made-up story, yeah.
But you did put the disclaimer at the start and said that it was not true.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Yeah, I like to preface with letting everyone know it's all a lie.
So if we see that in your Wikipedia, we'll know right away that was
Exactly.
not true.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about. All right. There's your sister right there.
Oh,
Isn't that
hey,
her?
there she is.
There's Devin right
Let's
there.
sing happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Devin. Come on over here. Come on over here.
Ooh.
Here's the lady that we were talking about. Can we get Devin in the picture here? Is Devin in the picture? This is Devin. It's not her birthday.
No.
Not her birthday. Okay.
Not for another 6 months.
All right. Thanks very much, Devin.
Thank you.
All right. That was that
Perfect
was just,
timing. We couldn't
wasn't
have
it?
planned that better.
That's great.
Nice.
Okay. So where am I going to go next? What is in store for you? Summerfolk just about done?
Yeah, honestly, this is the first. I hadn't even been writing my own songs until the first Youth Discoveries contest. Actually, the first contest, I did 2 covers, and then I had to write songs for the finals. So I'm not even sure. I'm just going with the flow at this point. I hope stuff comes from it, but I don't even have. I'm just kind of letting it happen. I'm not sure.
Absolutely, the perfect setting for things to happen for
Yes,
you. And
exactly.
I was relating a story. Serena Ryder, who is headlining tonight,
Yes.
8 Juno Awards,
Yeah.
Amazing. But apparently, she was here as a teenager, and she played on the very stage that you played on.
Yes.
And the way the story goes is apparently she won a little competition there and played what they called a tweener on the main stage.
Right.
And being 15, 16 years ago, it was people still remember that, and so many people saying that they knew that she was going to be a star someday. So,
amazing.
and she most definitely was. So
Yeah.
let's hope that happens for you as well.
That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. So, so where do you play mostly? Around the Teeswater area, Kincardine?
Mostly, yeah. I do have, my family has a band and we fiddle and step dance, and so every summer we go out east on tour. We do a Maritimes tour. Last summer
nice.
we went to Ireland for the first time.
Wow.
So I have, my background is kind of trad music, Irish folk, so I haven't played too much just me. It's mostly been in the Owen Sound area this summer from this contest.
So is this the Youth Discovery Series, Victory? Was that your first time as a solo act?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
that's amazing.
So it's this whole new world that I'm just loving. That is like, it's just, I'm dipping my toes in right now, but I like where it's going so far.
Fantastic. All right. And Facebook, social media pages, where
Yeah, you
where
can find me
people
on
find you?
Facebook, and I have a YouTube channel as well, if you'd like to check that out. Yeah, just Paige Bella.
Paige Bella.
Yes.
There's a GH on the end, but that's silent, right?
Silent GH.
Yeah, I was looking at it kind of, I don't know.
No, it's Irish. They throw in those sneaky letters that you don't even
What
need.
a waste of perfectly good
What
letters.
a waste of letters. I know. Someone out there could be needing a junior age. Yeah.
Okay, so again, you said solo, this was your first time, and does your family, that band, does that go year round?
Mostly in the summer. My brother is up at school, and so it's a little harder to make it work now. So in the summers mostly. This summer was slow. I rolled my ankle at the start of the summer,
no.
and we fiddle and step dance. So it was a slow summer, but it allowed for more solo stuff to happen. So everything happens for a reason.
So has anybody come up to you and say, hey, I really like your sound, I'm going to sign you? Does that happen this weekend?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
I will wait for that moment.
The weekend is not over,
It's
Paige.
not over yet.
All right, I want to thank you very much for doing this.
Thank you.
And good luck to you in the future.
Thank you.
And again, like I said, your set was fantastic today.
Nice. Thanks so
Loved
much.
every minute of it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank
It's
you.
a lot of fun.
Not 'cause all the stormy weather's like what you put me through. But looking at the rain, it helps to start to heal. And the sound of rain reminds me of how sometimes you feel. When I'm in the woods, it makes me
down by backwards minds, with closed eyes and hearts shut blind. It's a sad and beautiful world. It's a sad and beautiful world. What's the use in nations and borders, lines and walls that just divide? I would love it for you to come over, but we were born on the wrong sides. Waters rising, knee deep and climbing, politicians go rowing by. Photo albums float by me, broken dreams leaking out, all their memories die. Would we fear the ending if we all started again? But this time with new faces, our lives trading places in a sad and beautiful world. In these times, these dangerous times, a world held down by backwards minds, a baby's born on a hot, muggy morn. In a sad and beautiful world. In a sad and beautiful world. A world held down by backwards minds. Well, I was born on a cold winter's morn. In a sad and beautiful world. In a sad and beautiful world. In a sad and beautiful world. In a sad and beautiful world.
Summerfolk 2017 weekend has been great, but it's just about to get a little bit greater. We have 7-time Juno Award winner for singer-songwriter Serena Ryder is here. Serena, thank you so much for taking the time to answer a few of my questions.
My pleasure, absolutely.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Let's get started now. We say welcome. I could say welcome to Summerfolk, but it's welcome back to Summerfolk because you've been here before.
I have been here before. I was here when I was first starting out. It was actually one of my very first folk festivals I had ever performed at, and I was 18 years old. And it was such an awesome experience because I had never experienced like a real folk festival before, like the sense of community and the sense of everybody being here. And I ended up performing a tweener on the main stage, and I had a couple side stage shows, but I met so many awesome people, and it really was a catalyst for the beginning of my live performing career. It was awesome.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
And as I was telling you before we started taping this, it was brought up by at least 3 or 4 different people that once I announced that I was going to interview you, they remembered that day so clear, and it was when you were 18 years old. So, and all 3 of them said at the time, when you hit that main stage, they knew that the star was in the making, and they were absolutely right. So
that's so nice to hear.
Being right. So, all right, so that's a great story. So, and welcome back to Summerfolk.
Thank you.
All right. I've heard it said in the industry that one of the formulas, although there really isn't a formula, but for being discovered, is right song, right place with the right ears listening.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
I would like to, and your fans would love to hear that story.
Yeah.
How was Serena Ryder discovered?
Right, so it's true, there is kind of like right place, right time, right people being there to support you. For me, the kind of one of the biggest moments in my career, was meeting my manager, who I have now. And that was when I was like 19 years old. She heard me on the radio, but the very first time that I was able to record an album, and the reason why she heard me on the radio was because I was literally performing for this high school play, and I wrote some songs for in between the acts at a Sears festival, Sears Drama Festival. And I wrote songs for in between the acts, and this young guy was in the audience, and he came up to me afterwards and he was like, "Your voice is amazing, do you want to make a record?" My first answer was like, "I don't have any money." He was like, "That's okay." So we made an album, and I found a manager, and we put that record on. It got to be played on CBC radio, and then my now manager, Sandy, who I've been working with for 16 years, heard me on the radio, got in touch, and
the rest is history.
The rest is history.
And in researching you, and I realized once I realized that I was going to be interviewing you, you hear the songs on the radio, you love the songs on the radio, and I've been a fan of your music, but to actually get to take a few moments to find out who Serena Ryder is,
right?
And it was just a great experience, looking through all of the information from trusted sources, of course.
Right. Yeah.
But when you were discovered initially, it just seemed like I could go on that ride with you. It was just like a whirlwind of, it must have happened so fast.
Well, it didn't though, actually. It wasn't fast.
Okay.
It was, and that's something I really appreciate about my career, is that it's really been a stepping stone journey, where it's been, I started writing when I was like 13 years old on the guitar and playing to coffee houses, and then had that experience where I wrote the songs, was able to record a record, then started playing folk festivals, slowly was kind of starting to be being played on CBC radio, and people were able to hear me, and then meeting people. It's like the journey, it's like the little steps that it takes to get all the way there have been the most magical steps, and being here at Summerfolk was one of the gigantic steps for me.
And I know from having friends in the industry that are bandsing the price that you have to pay in order to get there.
Yeah.
Some people think it's all tour buses and five-star hotels.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I admire anyone that goes through that process, because I've seen just how hard you have to work to get there. And, okay, let's talk about Utopia.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, back to
my new
Utopia.
record. Yeah.
And I listened to pretty much, not the whole album, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
I listened to the singles, and I was really impressed with it. It seemed to take, like each song is a little bit different in the sense that it changes, maybe in genre a little bit, or it shows
for sure
all of your influences come out in each one of those songs.
Yeah, for sure. And that's always been something that's been really important for me as a musician, is like being able to incorporate all of the different genres that I've been influenced by in my entire life, and I've never been able to stick to one style of music, and I love that I've come to a place in my career where I can do what is my passion, which is great.
I'll be honest with you, you did a great job.
Thank you.
With that. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
As I said, it was the single that stood out for me was Sanctuary. To me, you explained to me before exactly it is about somebody in particular, but to me it was like I listened to it about half a dozen times.
Amazing.
It's like a haunting ballad. It really, like it took me a few times to go, who is she talking? What is she talking about?
Right.
But
and that's the beauty about music too. It's like you write it and you put it out there into the world, and it's about whatever it needs to be about for you, for those people. It's like abstract art, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, my goodness, what's on the horizon for you? You got Summerfolk tonight, and then?
Yeah, Summerfolk tonight, and then we're going to be doing a bunch of touring. We have like a bunch of dates up and running, and then we have a full-on cross-Canada tour happening, and I'm doing lots of writing and recording with different artists and musicians, and yeah, like the record just came out 2 months ago, so it's all pretty fresh.
I saw the list of credits and the people that you credit for helping out on Utopia. That is the who's who.
Yeah.
And those are some great friends to have.
Yeah, absolutely. It takes a village.
Exactly.
It does take a village.
And that's a credit to you as an artist and as a person. And
thank you.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time.
My pleasure.
This has been fantastic. I'm sticking around for your show tonight. I will not miss it.
Awesome.
Serena, easy to find her. You put in Google Serena Ryder, you'll find everything you need to know.
Aw, thank you so much.
Right, thank you.
Cheers.
I'm going insane, man. Everything is different when you know. Change, man, never be the same, man. Everything is different when you know. When you know. Ooh, you know. Ooh, and so everything is different when you know. Rich man, poor man, doesn't mean a thing, man. Everything is different when you know. When you know. Ooh, you know. Ooh. Suddenly your feet are on the ground. You see your eyes are open. You find that you've been found. You laugh, but you're not joking. Everything that you do, hey, hey, man, hey, 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 you're leading the way to the truth, the truth, the truth. Everything leads to the truth, truth, truth. And suddenly your feet are on the ground. You see your eyes are open. You find that you've been found. You laugh, but you're not joking.